It is a dirt drive like no other because it is at the Last Great Coliseum. And when it features the most powerful late models on the planet, it will get your attention. Sit back, relax, and let the sparks fly because it is today's CBS Sports Spectacular. For the second consecutive year, the heralded high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway has been transformed into a dirt driver's paradise as the World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series welcomes you to Thunder Valley for the Bristol Bash. I'm Dave Reef. It's a star-studded field at one of the most iconic racing facilities in the world, where 1 year ago, Shinston, West Virginia's Josh Richards became the first outlaw to find victory lane. He said to win here, you must be at the top of your game because at these speeds, there's zero margin for error. That makes your heat race pretty important. And in heat race number 1, how about the drag race down the front stretch between the 7 of Ricky Weiss and the 40B of Kyle Bronson? Give it to the Manitoba Missile, who secures first off of turn number 2. A great start, though, for the NASCAR champ Kyle Larson, who's also raced in his Cup and Sprint cars all in the last 2 weeks in the 6. But then suddenly, here comes Boom Briggs in the 99B from his 5th starting spot to challenge for 3rd. Ultimately, though, a yellow and ensuing restart gave Larson the 3rd spot as the top 3 finished in the same order as they started. Boom Briggs, Tanner English, Team Vance all gain 1 position, but the struggles, though, for Josh Richards, last year's winner, one of them, continues as he finishes in 7th.
But yeah, my car feels good. Just I screwed up that first lap there and allowed Boom to just edge me before that caution. I think if we could have restarted on the outside of Bronson, I'd have had a good shot to get by him through 1 and 2, but made a little mistake and cost us a redraw spot.
Remember, no room for error. And as we turn our attention to the second heat race, it's the 49 of Jonathan Davenport that grabs the whole shot as the Blairfield, Georgia driver leads Clinton, Illinois rookie Kyle Hammer, who stays on the hammer, while the Iowa native, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, settles into 3rd. Gaining some momentum, though, Gustin does make a big run at Hammer for 2nd, but again, just the slightest bobble down low means momentum is lost, and Gustin is stuck in 3rd. Gone with it, the chance for the redraw for a starting spot in the first 4 rows. Behind the top 3, the O-Show, Jimmy Owens, Ross Bales, Tyler Verning, and Vic Hill.
For a little while there, it looked like you had something for Kyle Hammer. What are you going to be working on before this in the feature?
We were just a little bit too tight there, and then sharing the right rear. Just tighten up and try to survive.
The voice of the Outlaws, Rick Eshelman, has the call on Heat 3.
At the starter stand, advantage Madden. Chris Madden will pull Scott Bloomquist into turn number 1. Madden will extend the lead, and Brent Larson now is being stalked by the point leader. So the battle right now for position number 4 could be taking shape momentarily. He will come out of turn number 4 and take the 3rd and final heat of the Bristol Bash. 2nd will go to Bloomquist. He's in the redraw.
Of course, finishing 2 positions ahead of points leader Dennis Erb in that heat race, who you're chasing. Do you focus on that points racing at all tonight at Bristol, or do you run your own race?
No, we were on our own race. We got ourselves goofed up there last night, and hopefully we can just be a little bit better in the feature tonight and try to come out here with something a little better than we did yesterday.
And with that, we are set to go. 21 cars in our feature event tonight at the Last Great Coliseum, although we are now receiving word we will be 1 car short. Who would that be? Let's find out from Hannah Newhouse.
That we do, in the driver right here, Scott Bloomquist, supposed to roll off in 4th. Unfortunately, not making the call here to pit road. Something wrong with the motor. What's going on, and why have you called it tonight?
Well, we leaned the engine out a little bit tonight, trying to get a little bit more out of it, and I think we might have damaged the piston. We start smoking a little bit, and can't really take a chance on maybe it blowing up tonight or something bad happening to it. Really disappointing. You know, there's some good people helping. We just need to get back going again and get ready for Charlotte in 2 weeks.
They'll withdraw that entry. That outside row will move forward.
And that brings us to one of the most awesome sights in all of motorsports. There are 4 wides as the drivers salute the fans, and then there are 4 wides at the Last Great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, as you get a look at the 20 drivers, the most powerful late models on the planet, that make up the Case Construction starting lineup. Ricky Weiss, Kyle Hammer from the front row, Jonathan Davenport, Florida's Kyle Bronson in row 2, Chris Madden, Kyle Larson make a very interesting row 3, as Ryan Gustin, Max Blair, Boom Briggs, Jimmy Owens round out the starters in the first 5 rows. Behind him, you've got great talent as well. Brent Larson, Tanner English, Ross Bales, the point leader, Dennis Erb. How far can Tyler Bruning go? And what about Josh Richards starting 18th? All questions to be answered momentarily as we get a final thought from Hannah Newhouse.
It's all on the line. The Canadian driver of Ricky Weiss, he has been so close. He coined it was quick time earlier in the evening. Tonight's the night he breaks through. But pay attention to Jonathan Davenport. He won last night, and the trend, it's to sweep here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Does anyone have anything for those two drivers? We're about to find out.
Well, we are going to find out, Hannah. We have had 3 races here at Bristol. Devin Moran, Josh Richards, Jonathan Davenport have taken victories. Will we have a 4th different driver tonight? Will we have an 11th different driver in a dozen races? All that will be answered here shortly. They reach the VP Fuels making power point in turn number 4. Night number 2 of the Bristol Bash comes alive in the Tennessee night. Green flag in the air. Ricky Weiss will have the advantage. High side momentum for Kyle Hammer. Kyle Hammer not trying to let him go away like he did last night. Kyle Hammer staying right with him. They'll be in lockstep formation over in turn number 3 for the first time. Advantage Weiss. Weiss will pull him out of turn number 4. Hammer to 2nd. Madden 3rd. Davenport 4th. Bronson 5th. Ryan Gustin in the 6th spot. It's Ricky Weiss already with a 7-car length advantage over Hammer. Hammer trying to hold off. Here comes Max Blair. He'll work to the inside of Gustin. Max Blair will take position number 6 away from the Reaper. So Max Blair doing what he has to try and get a little bit closer to the championship points lead. Blair early running in position number 6 and Erb back to 15. That is 9 spots and that is 18 points, and that is huge, but it's a long way from finish. Ricky Weiss is really pulling away right now, wanting this one in a bad way as Madden will work to the inside now for 2nd on Hammer. There's Chris Madden, slide job in turn number 4. Chris Madden will take over 2nd. So Madden now wants to go to victory lane just as bad. Car was tight last night. He wasn't able to do what he wanted to, and Chris Madden right now is doing what he wants to. He's got to the number 2 spot. Ricky Weiss leads here at lap number 5. 5 down, 25 to go. Already Gordy Gundaker, so problems continue on the 11 machine. Gundaker had problems in staging, and the problems have sidelined him now as he will make the left-hand turn to the pit area in turn number 3. Now Gustin and Larson will battle. Gustin in 7th, Larson in 8th. That will now change. Kyle Larson up to 7th. So it's Weiss, Madden, Hammer, Davenport, Bronson, top 5. Blair, Kyle Larson, Gustin, Bales, and Boom Briggs, top 10.
World of Outlaws on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Case Construction Equipment. Dirt work done right. By iRacing, the world's premier motorsport racing simulation. And by Dirt Vision, the greatest shows on dirt, live and on demand.
Ricky Weiss a couple laps away from catching the slower cars in the field. First one in line will be Vic Hill, and then it'll be Tim Vance. Ricky Weiss forming his own sniper chassis over the last couple of years. Has been working on it, and the work is paying off. All the while, the lead is shrinking down to .942 for Weiss as Madden is throwing the line out, and he is reeling this fish in. Bronson also working now on Davenport. Here comes Kyle Bronson making a power move in turn 4. He'll come up short. Davenport will stay 4th. Bronson will stay 5th. Kyle Hammer sitting in clean air, which he said he needed, in the number 3 spot. So good run right now for the 45 of Hammer, and now Madden has caught the leader. Here we go. Will we have a new leader? Chris Madden's going to look to the inside of the 7 of Ricky Weiss. Madden and Weiss side by side, advantage Weiss out of turn number 2. High side better for him. They go to work on Vic Hill. Here comes Madden. Slide job in turn number 4. We have a new leader, and his name is Chris Madden. Weiss now in 2nd. Weiss will look to the inside. Turn 2 was Weiss's bread and butter last night, and he made it stick, and they're going to drag race down the backstretch. Car length advantage for Madden, but they're side by side in front of the leaders. Here comes Weiss. Shows the nose to Madden. They are within inches of each other at the line. Chris Madden by 29 one-thousandths of a second, and that lead is gone. Here's Ricky Weiss taking it back out of turn number 2. Ricky Weiss steals the lead again from Madden. Weiss wants this one in a bad way. Out of turn number 4, Ricky Weiss will now go after Vic Hill and Tim Vance, and Chris Madden's not going to give up the ship. You can bet on that one. 13 and 2 shy of halfway. It's still Weiss and Madden. Then it's Hammer, Davenport, and Bronson top 5. Blair, Larson, Gustin, Bales breaks top 10. Leaders will now work on Vic Hill. Halfway next time. Cars strewn all the way around the Bristol Motor Speedway. Action in every corner. It's Ricky Weiss going to try the bottom. He'll get by the one of Vic Hill. So a lap car in between he and Madden now. So Weiss is going to try and lose himself in the slower traffic. Up the banking went Vic Hill. Madden able to get by him. Weiss working on Tim Vance. Tim Vance giving no quarter to the leader. He's going to make Weiss work for it. Close quarters, Weiss within inches of the 17. Vance not playing very well with Weiss right now. Weiss going to try and put him a lap down, and Vance doesn't want that distinction. It's going to happen anyways in turn 4. So Ricky Weiss will now get by the 17 and get a little more distance again. Ricky Weiss opening up the advantage now on Chris Madden. Ricky Weiss pulling away. The margin was .759 at lap 17. We'll check that at lap 18. It has grown, and it has grown exponentially to a 1.378 second lead. So Madden gets by Vance and goes back after him. Now Jonathan Davenport working for third. He'll go to the inside of Kyle Hammer. Davenport and Hammer side by side. And it'll be Jonathan Davenport. He'll dispatch the 45 coming out of turn 4. Davenport back in the podium again. So the top 3 have no lap cars between them except for the 17 of Vance, and that shouldn't take very long for Davenport. Meanwhile, it's going to get a little tougher for Weiss. Next in line is Josh Richards. Weiss is now going to have to work on him as they're side by side in front of Richards. Lead is at 1.350 seconds with 10 to go. If we stay green, this race will end in lap traffic. Kyle Larson now working on Max Blair for 6th. Larson up top, Blair down low. Status quo right now for Blair. He'll stay in 6th. Chris Madden stalking the 7 machine, and the 49 is taken to the high side of the speedway to see if there's anything up there for him. Leader Weiss will get by Richards. So again, a lap car in between 1st and 2nd. Kyle Strickler next on the 7's hit list. Time starting to run out now on both Madden and Davenport as we will come down for 7 to go. Ricky Weiss has got his hands full, though. Now he has got 4 cars in front of him, and it gets tougher to lap the closer you get to the front. Strickler right there. Not a lot of room for Weiss. Weiss will take the gamble and get under him. Strickler not giving him much room out of turn number 4. Now Weiss will get by. So Ricky Weiss taking care of business in turn number 4. 6 to go, 1.447 second lead. Sideways was Brent Larson. They're both in front of the 7 machine, that being Herb and Brent Larson. Madden will be able to close the gap a little. 5 to go. The margin is now down to a half second, .511. Madden's going to have to deal with the 8 and the B1 if he wants a shot. Ricky Weiss has again put some distance between himself and runner-up Madden. Here comes Davenport. Davenport 1 second from Madden. He'll power by him in turn number 4 like Madden was standing still. Jonathan Davenport just got rid of the 44, dropped him like a hot potato. Into turn number 3, Ricky Weiss looking for career feature win number 3. The 2019 rookie is 3 laps away. Davenport will get by the B1, but he is running out of sands in the hourglass. The 2 to go signal coming up. Ricky Weiss has got a 1.712 second lead and is in cruise control now. Dennis Herb Jr., the World of Outlaws point leader, next on the 7's hit list. Davenport has cleared the slower car, but does he have enough time? A lap and a half is all that remains here at Bristol. Ricky Weiss will come out of turn number 4. The white flag is out. This is the Barron's 1 lap to go. Final time around for Ricky Weiss. Ricky into turn number 3 singing, "Oh, Canada, I'm bringing home a victory." Ricky Weiss will win night number 2 of the Bristol Bash. Second will go to Jonathan Davenport. Third will go to Chris Madden. Kyle Bronson will steal fourth. Fifth will go to Kyle Larson. It was Kyle Hammer, Max Blair, Ryan Gustin, Ross Bales, and Jimmy Owens in the top 10. Unofficially, with his 7th place finish, Max Blair and Dennis Erb Jr.'s 14th place finish. That's 7 positions. That's 14 points. Max Blair unofficially will trail Dennis Erb Jr. by 38 points when we go to Mississippi Thunder next weekend. Well, Ricky Weiss was fast qualifier, won his heat, drew the pole, bagged the feature event. The broom is out for Ricky Weiss tonight. Sniper, Chassis, and Victory Lane. Of course, it's never official until you pass World of Outlaws technical inspection. Tech Director Ken Canada is over at the scales with Ricky Weiss, Jonathan Davenport, Chris Madden, the podium finishers, along with Kyle Bronson and Kyle Larson, the top 5. Sniper Chassis for the driver out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. 2019 Rookie of the Year, has won his 3rd World of Outlaws feature. And I'm sure he will have plenty of good things to say up in Victory Lane.
World of Outlaws on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Case Construction Equipment. Dirt work done right. By Hoosier Racing Tire. Tires designed for champions. And by VP Racing Fuels. Making power.
Let's throw it down to pit reporter Hannah Newhouse, who's going to be talking to a very happy Canadian.
That we are. Ricky Weiss gets it done here, gets the confetti bath. You've wanted it for so long here at Bristol. You've had the pieces of the puzzle, just needed to put them all together to finally get it done, to be here in Victory Lane at Bristol Motor Speedway. What are the emotions?
Oh, it's just awesome. I mean, we're so close, you know. I gave away a couple, and I almost gave it away tonight. I could see I had a pretty good lead. Josh was showing me there, and then he was closing the gap. And when Madden got by me there, I thought, well, he's got to be really good, because I knew he started 6th. So he passed me on the bottom there, and then he moved up half a lane. And you know, typically I would have just followed him there, but I think we were able to turn a little bit more, and he just kind of showed me the fast lane. So props to him. We raced real good. I love racing against him. I learned a lot, and he's a great teacher. And just can't thank my guys enough. I mean, they worked their butts off on this thing, and night in, night out. And Vic Hill, he was first one in the window net, fist pumping, and he built a hell of an engine, and it shows here at Bristol. And Josh and Wyatt and my dad and Dana, my girlfriend, everybody that just turns wrenches on this thing. Taylor come down and helped out, and just ecstatic, and I hope they keep putting dirt on this place every year.
You knew Madden was fast. Davenport there as well in the battle. When you reached that lap traffic at the tail end of the race, any nerves?
There was nerves, definitely was, and I didn't move up yesterday quite early enough. So once I got beside Herb, I just said, you know, now's the time to go up in 1 and 2. And actually, I think it was better. It was, you know, we were creeping down to those dirt holes a little bit, and I was kind of skipping over them. And when I went up through the middle there, I really didn't think. I think the bottom slowed down just enough that I didn't think anybody was going to get back by me there, and I was not really at the top, but I was up there enough to disturb any air in case Larson decided to turn the switch.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
They're going to be celebrating here tonight. Ricky Weiss finally conquers the last great Coliseum. And we've caught up here now with the second place runner of Jonathan Davenport. The move for second looked like you were shot out of a cannon there in the corner. Did you have anything left in the tank? And take me through that move.
I don't know. My car got better the race to win. We fired off there, and I didn't get a good start, so I fell back to 4th and was just in so much dirty air. But once about halfway through, the car came to me. I was just really loose to begin with, and then we got better and better. I moved my line around a little bit, tried the top, the middle, the bottom. Finally, I found one where I could cross from the top to the bottom in 1 and 2 over there, and I hadn't been able to do that, but that seemed where really I could gain speed at. So I don't know. I just Ricky done a good job. He deserves one. He's led 3 or 4 of these things here, so congratulations to him. And it was not a bad night for us. Come home another top 2, so it's definitely great for our Longhorn car. Just got to thank my guys, like always, Jason and Benny, Tyler, Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Spartan Mowers, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, VP Fuels, everybody that helps us get us here. It's definitely been awesome, and I hope they keep putting dirt on this place.
Comes home 1 spot short after conquering it last night. That's your runner-up driver of Jonathan Davenport. And 3rd place, the driver out of Gray Court, South Carolina, Chris Madden, led a lot of laps there, ultimately in the hunt the entire time. What did you need there, those tail-end laps, to be able to compete there with Davenport and, of course, Ricky Weiss at the end of it?
When I got by Ricky there, I guess I left too much racetrack open, and we was behind those lap cars at that time, and I just didn't get down where I needed to be able to clear those guys, and Ricky got his nose back to me, and I try to race people the way I want to be raced, so I left him a lane down there, and he took the lead back, and then I got behind some more lap cars there and just chose the wrong line, and JD blew by me, but good race tonight. Great racetrack, fun tonight, great racing with these guys, put on a heck of a show.
Chris Madden comes home in the 3rd spot.
So the final standings find Ricky Weiss grabbing the Bristol sword in addition to the $25,000 payday as Jonathan Davenport goes 2nd. Chris Madden rounds out the podium. Madden, the biggest mover in the top 10, gains 3 positions, while Kyle Hammer gives back 4 to end the night in the 6th position. Ross Bales, though, is the night's hard charger as he passes 5 cars to finish 9th in a 30-lap race that finished in a short 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Incredible. The last great Coliseum put on a great show, and who minimized their mistakes the most? It was Ricky Weiss who got the best of Chris Madden. For Hannah Newhouse, Rick Eshelman, and our entire crew, I'm Dave Reef. Thanks for watching, as this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network in association with the World Racing Group. The 3rd career Outlaw win, the first since 2020. Ricky Weiss has scored a historic win at the Bristol Motor Speedway.